Do you want. Wait. Tonight, I'm going to be talking to Callie. She knows a lot about building a community. So let's get started. Hey, Callie!
Hey, hi everyone. I'm Callie. I work for Live Streaming Pros. I'm the community care hero.
And so tonight we're going to be talking about building a community because
Yeah.
we have a community here and she knows how to do it. And I wanted to bring her on because she knows a lot about this. So, my first question is why do you need to build a community if you're a live streamer?
Well, building a community is really important because it's all about interacting with your audience. That's the reason for live streaming, right? Like you want to interact with the audience. Like we see Chris in there, we have Austin in there, French Press. Like these are all familiar faces, and it makes that more personal touch. It gives it a more personal touch. And that's why we have chat scrolling. Helps make conversation. Oh,
The troll. Lynn was trolling me last time, so
hey,
that
Lynn.
was so much fun. Because I was
I do.
talking about trolls and she was troll. Wait, a troll.
Yeah. Where? I look like I'm in a comedy club. I'm in my bathroom.
Someone disliked the stream. That means there could be a troll.
Oh no. It's all about that interaction though. Go ahead and
Yes,
dislike. It still
we don't care.
helps.
We don't care because
Exactly.
that helps. And when you have a community, sometimes they do it. Is it easy to build a community?
Oh, that's a good question, Sammy. Well, I mean, I guess it kind of depends. So I jumped in live streaming pros almost a year ago now, like very so close to a year. And so there was already kind of a community. When I joined, we had 22,000 subscribers. And now we have like 53,000. Oh my God, that's crazy. I feel like, I don't know. Luria's told me that having me in the community and my interaction with everyone has made a difference. I do know that when I jumped on, the mods weren't as involved, it seemed, in the team. And now mods have tons of decisions to be made. And I think it's all just because I've like bridged the gap and made communication more seamless. Does that make sense?
Yes, because I remember watching LSP before you, and I have been watching since like when they had 6,000, and I feel like
Yeah.
you built the community bigger because like the chat was like not a lot of people watching, and when they brought you on, they focused on YouTube and it was more bigger and you impacted the chat and you talked to everyone and before no one was really doing it. So you kind of built the community up and that's great.
Yeah, and I think I don't know, we've made a ton of inside jokes. Those have been really important in a community. I think the whole cookies, bacon, and eggs thing now. No one's catching on to my egg thing, but they will.
No,
They'll
I get it. But I
You get
think
it.
I
It's
think you need
funny.
yeah, but I think you should do bacon because everyone loves bacon.
Everyone loves bacon, but eggs is so funny because it's like, why egg? But I think like making those kinds of little inside jokes and stuff. Do you remember back when Luria was in the old studio and we were selling a bunch of stuff?
Yes,
And
and
remember, yeah, remember that time I was selling someone something and I left for a while.
yes.
And it became this like big point of conversation, like, where's Callie? Is she okay? But it was a joke. But then it was like referenced throughout for a few months because you build that like close interaction with everyone. And it's just so much fun. Like making inside jokes and everything like that is so awesome. And I think builds tons of value.
Yes.
Yeah.
Ooh, here's a good question. How do you build a community from like zero to over quantity?
Can you repeat that in English?
You don't know?
How do you build a sustainable community from zero quantity? Oh. So, like, how do you build from the bottom up?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a great question. Well, honestly, so for me, I started my own YouTube channel and super recently started on Twitch. And I'm not using any LSP stuff to gain anything. I'm trying to just like, I'm doing it all from scratch, like on my own. I want to build my own audience because I know not everyone who watches LSP stuff is going to like my stuff. I cuss too much. But basically, I kind of just reached out to some of my friends like you, Sammy, and we have Paul, you guys like my real friends and just start there. So we all have friends. We all have at least one. And then you just have your friends supporting you and talking, and you just like keep consistently, I don't want to say consistently going. I mean, definitely consistently go live, but I'm not talking about that. But just consistently speak to them. And I think it's so important when you're live streaming, it's not only important to interact with your audience while you're live, but you have to interact off camera too. Like you have to react in social media, go in their social media and comment on their stuff. Like people love that, especially if they're your friends and like you want to build a community of your friends. You know what I mean? So it's beyond interacting. It's interacting beyond your live streams. You
Yes.
know?
Yeah.
Would you agree with that, Sammy? Because you're everywhere. Sammy's all about communication. If we want to talk about someone building a community, it's Sammy. Like, you're everywhere, Sammy. Everyone loves you. You're everywhere. You talk to everyone and you show up. And, like, that's exactly how you build a community.
Yeah, because actually,
Mm-hmm.
that's why I'm part of the LSP community and all that stuff. And also, multiple Chrome tabs on the M1 Mac. And
Yeah.
streaming in 4K.
Sammy's got his 5 streams open, but you're in all of them. And
Yeah.
that's everyone knows you, everyone loves you, and you have unique friendships with everyone. And it makes you have to make people feel special. And you have to believe in that too. You people see right through that stuff, you know?
Yes. Totally
Mhm.
get it.
Yeah.
What
Ooh,
is
yeah.
the what is the hardest part of building a community? The hardest.
Okay. The hardest part about building a community is, well, to me, the hardest part is when you get someone who kind of comes in and I don't know, trolls or like they're not really in the community. Like they're involved, but they always have something like some smart aleck thing to say. And sometimes it's hard to not just, I don't know, it hurts a little bit because that affects your community members in a negative way. And like, then you have to kind of do damage control on that. So I guess like in a way, trolling, because that is part of a community, is to have trolls. And like Paul said in your last stream, like there are good trolls and there are bad trolls, and he brought in Sino as an example. And we love Sino, but sometimes when someone kind of kills the mood, if they go overboard or someone in your community just goes overboard, it's like you have to kind of get over that hump with them and reel it in and kind of decide, should they be in the community? Like, are they benefiting the
Yeah.
community? It's a hard call.
It's a hard call because maybe they seem genuine, but they are actually a troll. You know?
Yeah. Yeah. And it's always a hard call to decide whether to kick someone out or not, that kind of stuff, which, it's all part of the game and it's all part of building the community that you want, is to make sure that those you don't want aren't just coming in and ruining up your whole vibe, man, you know?
Yeah, I get it. You don't
Yeah.
want to
Have
be
you ever
messed up.
Sammy, have you ever had to hide or block someone?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah? How did they disrupt you? Like, do you always kind of find it hard to do that?
It was never on live stream, it was on a pre recorded video.
Oh, what happened?
I forget, like, someone says this video is trash, blah, 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 and then someone reposted it and reposted it, and then I just blocked them. Because I didn't want them to be in my community. And if they said something bad that was negative and hurtful, I don't want
Mhm.
them.
Yeah, so true. It's always like sometimes you kind of want to give second chances or whatever, but you know, it's just one of those hard calls to make when you're building a community. That's all. What else you got for me? Why don't you hear me when I'm shouting a minute?
Comments versus live stream trolls. We're not talking. Wait, somehow we're building.
Okay. I got us off topic, I think.
No, it's fine, but we can talk about trolls because that's part of the community.
It's true. Trolls are part of the community, whether you like it or not. You heard it here, folks. I love having this mic up to my face. It feels so cool.
Now you need like a
um,
little boom arm.
like here we go.
Yeah.
I wish I wish we could cut my arm off so then you couldn't see it.
We can fix it, but it's fun to look like you're like, hey, everybody.
Yeah, hey. Hey party people. That's another thing. There we go. I you're never in the Facebook one, but in our Facebook streams for live streaming pros, every day I say hey party people every day in the comments. And people pick up on that. And I've seen it in YouTube chat and people say it in Facebook where they say hey party people and they'll like tag me or tag someone. And I think basically with things like that, because there's no inside joke there. It's just something I do every day. I think if you just like, you can kind of nail habits into your audience too, which then create that connection like, hey, party people. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah.
And that's part
Yeah.
of the community. You say something like, phone or hot dog or pizza or
Yeah.
even
Oh, see, and
taco.
you say party people too.
Yeah.
And Sammy, you know how like I told you about PB&J tacos?
Yes.
And then so you bring PB&J tacos up in other streams, and then they bring it up because then everyone's like PB&J tacos, and now there's this like whole community thread of PB&J tacos.
Yes.
That's so cool. It's making its way
Ooh.
around the world. What?
What is the number one tip that you give, like, building a community for streamers?
I think that goes with what I was saying earlier, where the interaction doesn't just happen when you're on camera. Like Lynn. Okay. My interaction with you isn't just going to be this. You know, it goes beyond it. So, you know, I find your Twitter and I go in your channel. You remember actually, Lynn, before like I really knew you, I went on found your stream and subscribed to you and like left you comments. That's all because you know, number one, you're awesome and amazing. But that's like part of my job is like reaching out to those people and saying like, "Hey, I notice you and I like you and thanks for existing and like great job doing what you're doing." You know, like it's just all about supporting people. I think it's more important to support people when you're off your live stream, to be honest. Like I think that makes way more of an impact you know? Because it just means that you're like, it shows that you're thinking about them and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even though Lynn sometimes trolls a lot.
Lynn's sim.
So Lynn trolled us about trolls.
I I saw the replay, but I that's funny. But Lynn does it in a funny way, and it's part of
Yes.
that. It's part of the community that we've built separate, like part of our own little communities.
Yes. Our little sweet communities. You
Our
were
little
my fourth
expanding
subscriber.
bubbles.
Wow.
Yeah. And Lynn's gonna blow up, and I'm gonna be able to pull a Sammy and say, "I was there before you
But
had
I
10
was your
subs."
first subscriber, so
You were my first subscriber. That's true. I think on every platform. On every platform.
that's pretty funny.
Yeah. See, she trolls you because she loves you. It's that Lynn love. I have
So funny.
committed community. That's what Laura says. A committed community is important too. But, and yeah, like to build that, you have to do all the interactions and like, that's why you want to make sure you like the people in your community.
Yes.
Like,
You don't want to have a troll like Paul does.
Paul has a good community though.
Even though they're trolls, 95% of them.
No,
Oh,
Sina loves to be there. But yeah, see, look, even Joel. That's exactly what I said earlier. Sammy is everywhere, and you've like totally built this community, like kind of even around that identity. Like
yeah.
everyone knows you as the Mac guy, the person who's everywhere all the time and supporting everyone. Like, and that's what your community is like being made of. Isn't that so cool?
Yes. What is
Yeah.
the one thing that makes a community great?
Ah, the friends, duh. Oh my gosh, all the friends. Like, that's how I met you. Like, you meet your tribe, as I think they titled it in the last Lita, but you really meet the people that you connect with. And that's the thing is it goes beyond just like a screen and it goes beyond just people you see on your stream sometimes or people in your comments sometimes. These are people that you like can go to and talk with and you just have each other's backs. That's the best thing about a community, just all the friends and all the love and feeling like you belong. Like that's what we all want, right?
Yes. We all
Mhm.
want that. Don't we? Don't we all want that?
Yeah, that connection. It's so important.
Uh,
What does this say? I can't read it.
don't be trolling us. Because
Oh my God, Austin.
Austin, you're part of the
Wait,
community,
look,
but
wait.
please don't
And
troll.
and
It's
look at this. We can even do live modding right now because I'm a mod. I put it in timeout.
unbanned. I just banned from Ecam. That's pretty good.
Oh, you
Oh,
hit him? I just timed him out. Sammy's brutal. He puts the band hammer down. If we want to talk about community building, some real stuff right now,
because I
Sammy's got
want it
that
all
band
be
hammer.
positive, but you're back. You're back. You're unhidden. It was only for a second, but when you're a part of the community, and we should talk about this more, you shouldn't
Yeah.
be trolling people. Do you know what I mean? If you're genuine and they know you, you shouldn't be trolling them and be like making fake accounts if they know you and they might know it's you because you admit it. So now we know because Austin said it last time. But if you're like, I know who you are, you could get banned. Just saying.
Well, so get this though. That's an
What?
interesting point. That's an interesting point because that's when you have like the world when worlds collide, when communities collide, baby. Because Austin is part of Paul Burke's audience. And the whole inside joke on Paul Burke's stream that we do, well, I don't, but a couple people do, is make fake accounts that are like Paul 1, Paul 2, and stuff. And it's like this running joke over there. And Austin's from there. Like it's supposed to be funny because we have Paul Burke here, like I'm here and I'm in that community and stuff. So it's it's just one of those weird things where it's like, yeah, when communities collide, sometimes the language is a little different because Paul has a different audience than you do.
Yes, because most
Mhm.
of them are younger and they are not YouTube creators and they don't know how to be professional.
Well, because Paul's a comedian.
Yes.
Paul's a comedian and he's played games, so his audience is a mix of like all just comedic stuff. And Paul's humor is kind of trolly.
Yes.
So like that's
He's
who he's going
he's a
to
bigger
that's
troll than Sino, and he doesn't admit it. Um
We love you, Paul. But you know what I mean? And that's the community that he's built, different community than you're building because
yeah.
you're here talking about content creation and Max and everything. Austin is also part of the Calico community, as he just said. Going strong.
Going strong.
That's too funny. Hit me with your best shot again. I wish
Or
you Larry, you missed a lot of mic drops, but not literal
about
ones.
about Paul's.
Paul's so funny, dude. He calls you out. I knew Sammy was going to mention the audience was younger. I owe myself $100 now. That's so funny.
Because his community
You
is
do always
more.
mention that.
The thing is, I believe that his community is good, but most of them are not the best. Do you know what I mean? Because most of them want to see him playing games, but he doesn't want to. You know? Because I felt.
Well,
What?
well, I feel like we shouldn't be. I don't know. I don't know what to say. I love Paul's audience. Like I really
even
do.
though even though they want to see him play games even though he doesn't want to. That's the thing, because you have to build a community that wants to follow you and not do it. So like pretend I'm a person that love phones and I make a video about a phone. 5,000 people subscribe because I did amazing phone review.
Amazing phone
And they
review.
want to be a part of the community. And then another day, you're talking about how dope this Ecamm mug is. And you're like, this mug is so dope.
That's such a dope mug. I love that mug. That's a great one. Look at that.
But his community is not going to watch it. So you have to build a community and a niche and all that stuff. So, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Build the community you want. I have a question for you, Sammy.
What?
Have you put any liquid inside of that you're on mute mug?
Not yet.
Why not?
Because I just got it the other day. I had some water and some other things in there, but I should just brew some coffee.
Brew some coffee. Do you drink coffee, Sammy? No.
Oh
way.
yeah, I do.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. That explains all the streaming then.
No,
The secret's caffeine.
that's my nap. I like coffee, but that's my
It
naps.
is your nap. That's my naps. Oh my gosh. You know what's crazy actually, Sammy? Did you know, and here's some fun shit. Wait, fun stuff. Sorry, Sammy. Um The normal human, like the healthiest cycle of sleep for humans is like 4-hour intervals of naps. And that's like what you do. So you're like the healthiest person
Why?
because you're sleeping the way humans are supposed to sleep, which basically is in like nap intervals. Because you don't fall asleep for a whole night.
Oh, I do.
You do? I thought you just took naps.
No, I take a couple of naps, like 1 hour, and then I usually have like 8 hours of sleep.
What? Oh my
Yeah.
God, you sleep that much?
Yeah.
I thought you never slept, like ever.
Oh, I do.
What? Dang, I thought you never slept ever. How do you have all this time?
Because I have time management.
Sammy's got time management skills, which are also important when running a community.
Yes, because when you run a community,
What? You're on the verge of some genius stuff. I can feel it.
when you own a community, you have to be on topic, first of all. We were being on topic, but be on topic, be amazing, and you should always be kind to your community and be loving and caring and don't like be mean. Because when you build a community, they want to see your like unique self. Like Gloria says, uniquely you. The thing is, whenever I turn off the camera, I'm the same self. So, like, my community knows what I am. So that's great. So I don't have a filter.
Yeah, you don't. That's what's awesome about you, Sammy, and that's what everyone loves about you too.
Yeah.
Is that like you are the only person on this planet that does not have imposter syndrome. You are totally yourself all the time, 1,000% of the time. And that's why you have an awesome community, and that's why people love you. You know?
Oh. I think I should make a new shirt. Smart idea. I already have, say, merch that says, because I have some time management.
Honestly, you should. That would be cool. Or something that's like time management master of time management or something.
Because I already have awesome shirts. Wait, why aren't you wearing my merch?
You know what's funny was I was going to, but it's really hot in this bathroom. So I'm wearing a black tank top so you don't see my pit sweat.
Because don't you have 2 shirts?
I have 2. And I actually have one of the classic Studio Geek 32 shirts.
Yes.
You cannot find them anywhere now. Right?
True. Yeah.
Okay, good. So limited edition Studio Geek 32. Sammy, one day that shirt is going to be worth a lot of friggin' money.
But I won't sell it.
Over 2,000. Give yourself more credit. It's going to be worth $2 million. $2 million. You know?
Like those Macs, because in like 5 years, they could be worth like $5,000. Because like the original ones are like $2,000. If you buy them,
you don't think that the old Mac laptops are like 50 cents now. What do you mean?
No.
Yeah, they're like worthless, aren't they?
Macs.
I just threw mine. I threw mine away like yesterday.
Which one?
The one with the colorful background.
What do you mean?
You know what ones I'm talking about?
Which one? Your old one?
No, I haven't thrown that away. I was just kidding.
Oh.
I just wanted to see if you'd be like, why did you do that?
Because like 2005 computers from Apple still are like $200 on eBay in good condition.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Is Callie in a bathroom? Lynn? She's in a comedy club. I really feel like that with honestly, maybe bathroom interviews can be a thing. Call me crazy. Bathroom interview. It goes with my Instagram. Then I'll build a bathroom
life.
community.
True.
Sammy's like, that's not a good idea.
How long does it take to make a great community? And how long does it take?
Oh, that totally depends. I think that depends on how consistent you are. Like how consistent you are with reaching out to your audience in different ways and like how consistent you are with whatever like if you put out VODs or if you live stream. It's really about that. I think to get any growth, it's stuff you need to do every single day. Like say goodbye to weekends. You got to do it every day if you want to build a strong community. Which I think is like so before I came in on LSP, Luria was so busy all the time. So she didn't have time to do those little things that now I have time to do, which are reaching out to the audience, like in their live streams and making comments on their VODs and commenting on pictures. Like that stuff she didn't have time to do that now I can do that make a massive difference. And same with like making the member videos that I haven't made in a little while.
In like 10 months or like 5 months? I'm
Sammy,
counting.
it hasn't been 10 months.
No, I think it has been 5.
I think it's November I think was the last.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, I made one in December.
No.
I don't know. We got to test the LSP trivia.
Let me check. But does anyone... What?
I said, point is it has been a while since I made the member videos. And you know what? You're not the only person that's been asking me for them.
And that's why it's great to be in the community.
Yeah. We've built a community around that expectation, around like the behind the scenes those behind the scenes videos.
That people pay for and they don't get. It's fine.
Sammy, members get other things too, okay? Listen.
The member-only chat. Okay.
And they also get icons, little emojis.
Yeah.
And then they also get...
Oh, yeah. 8 months ago.
Know. Not 8 months ago.
No.
Because I did it in November.
Last was 5 months ago.
I'm sorry. Are we doing an interview on community or are we trying to get me fired?
We're talking about community, and that's part of the community.
You're like, your community care here is about to get fired.
I'm sorry, but it's true. But let's get back on topic. Loria.
Yeah, see, she's been meaning to mention it to me. But that is a great point, though. It's like, that's an aspect. Letting your community down sucks, and it will happen. Look at me in my member videos. Like, you know, I did let members down. I have been letting them down by not releasing member videos every month like I should. And that's a hard pill to swallow because it's hard to forgive yourself. And then plus, like, you know, you have all these people counting on you to do stuff. Like, Sammy, you ask me all the time, when is that freaking video coming out?
Yes.
But no, totally. That is actually a really hard. It's like the most important part of building a community and the hardest part about building a community is like the consistency of your commitment. Like if you've come on full blown, like you're in everyone's stuff all the time, people hold you to that. Like you're going to have to, that's not just the phase. You're going to be there through it all. Dang it.
You will always be there. Yes. Through the
We'll always
rough
be there.
through the rough times and the bad times, and that's why
Yeah.
there's a community.
That's why there's a friggin' community.
Yes. Now
Crazy.
yes. Thank you guys for watching.